So hello friends, welcome back, and in this video I'm going to explain the lead code July challenge. And so starting off with this problem, single number third. So the special thing about this round is I will enact as if you are the person who is having my interview and I am the interviewee, and you ask me the same problem. So I will enact how like I would answer the same problem in an interview if it is asked. Because see, mostly the lead code problems are for the interviews, right? So yeah, with that you will also learn like how to answer the question in interview, and not only this but also the solution of the problem. So okay, I am having an array of numbers in which exactly two elements appear only once, and all the other elements appear exactly twice. Find two elements which appear only once. So the interviewer will ask me, okay, the input is 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, and 5, and the output is 3 and 5 because these numbers appear only once, and except all these, the other numbers appear twice. So the first thing which arises in my mind is, can the numbers be negative? I mean, the numbers can be minus sign. So the interviewer will say, okay, the all the numbers are positive. Okay, so first thing is completed. So now I will say, okay sir, as I can clearly see that in this I have 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, and 5. So see, now the interviews mostly they are on the on screen, so you have to write here. So the first thing which I will ask, sir, as I have 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, and 5. So what I can do is I can have unordered map, and I will store the frequencies. So the 1 has its frequency as 2, the element 2 has its frequency as 2, the element 3 has its frequency as 1, and the element 5 has its frequency as 1. So I will say that I have one way that I will have an unordered map, and I will iterate on this whole array. I will iterate on this whole array, and I will store in my unordered map the frequency at every step. And at last, I will iterate on my whole unordered map, and I will check that how many elements have their frequencies as 1, and I will push those vectors in my map, in my answer vector, and I will return them. So now the interviewer asks me, okay, so what's the space and time complexity of the problem you said me? So sir, it's a space complexity. As I'm using an unordered map, so it would be O of n, and that time complexity would also be O of n. Okay, so now he will say, okay, so is it like you can do something so that its space is reduced to O of 1 rather than O of n? So now I will think. So on thinking, I will see, sir, as I have to reduce its space complexity to O of 1, so I have to do something that I can use the feature of bits. Now how bits? So see, although you have to explain on screen only, but to explain you guys, I will use the help of code. Okay, so our example case are 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, and 5. So let's take it. So I have 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, and 5. So see, I don't want to take any extra space. So the first thing which strikes my mind is I can use bits, the bits feature. Now how the bits feature? See, if I the first thing which I already know that most of you might be knowing, that if I had only one element, like if it is 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, and if I want to find the unique element, so what I used to do is I used to have the XOR of all these elements. And see, it is a very standard problem that you take the XOR of all the elements and you get the answer. So I will take the XOR, I will have 1, 2, XOR 1, XOR 3, XOR 2. So as we know that A XOR A is 0, and 0 XOR A, sorry, 0 XOR A is that particular element. So 2 XOR 2, it will become 0. 1 XOR 1 will become 0. So 0 XOR 3 at last will become 3. At last will become 3. So yeah, I know the particular part that if I have only one single element, so it is a standard way that I will take the XOR of all the elements and I will find my unique element. But here, if I take the XOR of all these elements, so it will be 1 XOR 2 XOR 1 XOR 3 XOR 2 XOR 5. So it would be something like 3 XOR 5. If it is 3 XOR 5, then okay, I actually need one element out of it. So what actually it represents, if I clearly see that 1 is like 3 is 0 1 1 and 5 is 1 0 1. So on having its XOR, I will have 0 1 1 XOR 1 0 1. So it will be 0 1 1. So the answer actually which I have in my hand is 1 1 0. From that answer I need to find out, okay, I need to find out this 3 and this 5. If I can clearly see the properties of XOR, then I know one thing, properties of XOR. Then I know one thing, that 1 XOR 1 is 0, 0 XOR 0 is also 0, 1 XOR 0 is 1 and 0 XOR 1 is 1. It means that 1 is only obtained when either one of them is 1 and the other one should be 0. 1 is only obtained when either of them is 1 and the other should be 0. So is in this answer, in this result, I can say I am having this. So I have 1 here. It means that if I have 1 at the particular place, so it is for sure that if I have numbers x and y, if I have these two numbers x and y, and I need to find these two numbers x and y, so it is for sure that the bit 1 is exactly in that one of those particular numbers. Either it will be in y, either it will be in x. So I will take the help of this particular logic to find out which is x and which is y. Now you will ask how. See, now I know that the one at the particular place, this, it is exactly in either x or either y. Okay, so I will make a mask of the particular I will make a mask so that 1 is only at the particular place, this. Now how? Now what you might ask, what is a mask? See, mask is something which I place on another element to see what happens. See, as you know that the face, we have a face, it is eyes and it is a nose and it is a lips. So sorry for the bad face. So when a person applies a mask, so it applies something like this, and all this will be in the sorry, so it is called a mask basically. So what I actually do is I will apply a mask here. Now for the mask, I said that I will have the element 1 here and rest will be 0. Okay, so it is a mask which shows me that the particular element, this, it is 1. So how this mask will help me? See, if I have this mask 101 01 sorry 010, and if I do AND with my this x element, which is this, so I will get 011. Now when I do AND, so I will get 1. Okay, but if I do AND with the y, so 010, which is mask, and if I do the AND with y, so I get complete 0. So it will clearly indicate that if I have my element x and if I do my AND with the mask, then I will find my element, like which element which I want, x here in this case, and if it is not, then it is in y. But now you will ask me, okay, let me scroll it a bit. Now you might ask me, so you have this mask with the help of these two elements. Okay, I will make a mask because I know the XOR value. I will find the last bit which is set, and with that bit which is set, I will basically make a mask. and I will do the AND. But for doing the AND, I need another element. So here I took AND with X, but actually I don't know what is X specifically. So I will do the AND with whole of this array, which means I had array 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 and 5. So if I represent this in the bit form, so it would be 0, 0, 1, it would be 0, 1, 0, it would be 0, 0, 1, it would be 0, 1, 0, it would be 0, 1, 1, it would be 1, 0, 1. So all those bits which have its AND value as something, which means that the particular bit is set in those elements. So I will extract all those elements. So after I do my mask AND with all the elements, I will extract this particular 2 because here the bit is set. I will extract the particular 2 here. I will extract the 3 here. So I extracted 2, I extracted 2, I extracted 3. Okay, but now you will ask, hey, I only wanted the 3 to be in my answer, but actually you are having 2 and 2 also in my answer. So yeah, now it is reduced to a problem which I showed you in the starting, which means that out of these elements you want to find the unique element. So you will just do XOR, and now you will get the answer as 3. So now you obtain the answer as 3. You know the answer, this 110, which was 3 XOR 5. So you know the result. You know the result. You know the first number. So our second number would be result XOR first number, which means 3 XOR 5 XOR 3, which is 5. So it is the second number. So now I hope that you guys have understood it. If now you might have still one doubt, okay, you made this mask. So how you made this mask? So see, if you have any number, like any bit number, suppose let's take, so for that let's, now here I am showing how to make a mask. How to make a mask. So now you will say that I have any particular number, suppose 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0. So I want this particular bit. So if it is X, then if I suppose to minus X, so what is minus X? Minus X to obtain by first of all reversing all the bits and then adding plus 1. So what we obtain is the minus X. So I will reverse all the bits. So let me do it in rough here. So it will be 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1. Then I will add 1 in it. So it will be 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. Very fine. So if I 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, if I add these both numbers, then 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0. So as you can see that I obtained the last set bit. So to obtain the mask, the strategy is to use X and minus X. In our case, we want to obtain the mask of the result. So we will do the result and minus of result. By this we will obtain the mask, and then what we will do is we will check our whole array which I showed you here, and I will check all those elements which have their particular set bit as 1, and I will do XOR of all these elements, and I will get my first number. From the particular first number I will get my second number by doing XOR with the result. So I hope that you guys have understood it. It is a very good problem to understand, first of all, the unique number 1 problem, and also the major thing to find the set bit, which is to how to make a mask of using the last set bit, and yeah, the XOR properties. So let's code this particular problem. So as you can see here, see, although now I have explained in the drawing board, but in interview you have to, because see, now the interview will be held online, so you have to explain on like here by marking it something, explaining here. Okay, so yeah, have that in mind. And yeah, explaining would be something like that only. So first of all, as I said, that I need a result. Okay, for that I will first of all iterate in my whole array. Now yeah, before like making the final solution, first of all I will like to say about the space in the time complexity. So the space would be O of 1 because I never used any extra space to store anything, and the time complexity would be O of n because I just iterated on the loop 2 times, like one for the resultant and one for the first number. Okay, so yeah, it is the space and it is the time. Okay, so now let's continue. So I is 0, then I is less than nums dot size. Okay, sorry, nums dot size, yeah, and I plus plus. So first of all I will find the XOR of all the elements. So I will just do my XOR with all the elements. Now I have my XOR of all the elements. Now I need to find a mask which will indicate the last set bit. So what it would be? It would be, as I said, that x and minus x. So in our case it would be result and minus of result. Okay, so now I have obtained the mask. Now what I need to find out? I need to find out my first number. So what it would be? I just iterate on my whole array again. Okay, I just iterate on my whole array again, and thus I will also find the XOR also. Okay, so finding the XOR along with it, but first of all, before finding the XOR, I also need to check that if the mask of that particular element is AND with a particular number. Okay, so mask AND the particular number which is nums of I. If it is not 0, only it is the case, only then I will have my XOR with the first. So it would be first XOR our particular element which is nums of I. Now in this case I have obtained my first. Now to obtain the second, what I will do is I will just have my result XOR with first, so I'll obtain my second, and to just return our answer I will pass first and second. So the one thing you might ask your interviewers, sir, do I have to answer in the same order? I mean, if I have the answer as 3 and 5, the two elements, so should I return the answer in 3 and 5, or I can also return an answer 5 or 3? So he will say, okay, you can return in any way. So I will return in any way possible. Let's check the result. So it's coming right, and let's see. So yeah, it is accepted. So it is the way how you would first of all show him the basic approach, like the O of n space. First of all you will, or you can also have other approaches as well, but the optimal approach should be stored for the last, so that at least you can show that you can think about multiple approaches. You can not jump to the approach straightforward, you will build up the approach. So yeah, that's all for this video, and see you guys in the next video. Bye.